Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another daily episode here on Aloha Android Daily. What's up? My name is Tito, and we got a bit to talk about in this episode. So let's just kind of jump right into it. We're going to jump into the most anticipated device that they've been making mention of this over the last couple of years. And every time that there's some sort of news that involves Google with an acquisition of a company, it kind of leads to this. Now, that company I'm talking about would be Fitbit, as Google did acquire Fitbit, and that raised a lot of people to kind of believe that the earlier hopes of a Pixel Watch were now more definite. And so, again, we're still waiting for a smartwatch to come with the Pixel branding. That's something that, we definitely do want to see on the Google side of things. And so, I wanted to talk about it because, again, the rumors has popped up. Again, more people are talking about it. Again, making reference to a possible Pixel Watch, which is something that I think would definitely be cool. I do own a smartwatch. I own the Moto 360. And I do gotta say that using the Moto 360 is pretty awesome. The battery life is not the greatest, obviously. But again, that's me being a user of the Pebble smartwatches, getting more battery life out of those than the Moto 360. So, with that, what could we expect from the Pixel Watch? And will Google finally start paying attention to Wear OS and start to update that? Because that's probably one of the things that Google's lacking when it comes to the smartwatch market, is their lack of actually paying attention to Wear OS, keeping it up to date, and therefore allowing Android users the ability to have a great experience with a smartwatch as iOS users have with their Apple Watch. Now, there's rumors already popping out that a Pixel Watch will surface and that the Pixel Watch will go head-to-head against the Apple Watch Series 6. Again, this is all rumor, but here's what I would definitely want to see implemented into the Pixel Watch that is currently present in the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. And that is that they could actually use Project Soli in the Pixel Watch, which would then allow the watch to basically recognize motion gestures or motion sense, basically. Allowing people to swipe away notifications from the watch just by waving their hand over it seems more realistic than on the phone. I mean, yes, people were having fun with it on the Pixel 4. Some people found it to be very gimmicky. Those are a lot of opinions being tossed out about it. But nonetheless, seeing it, being done on a smartwatch just seems more of the thing that Project Soli would be more welcomed on. I mean, obviously it would be touchscreen too as well. But, like I said, just being able to use motion controls with your smartwatch would actually, you would have to touch the watch less than you normally would. Swiping away notifications or even adjusting volumes or things like that. Those things could be implemented with Project Soli. It'd actually be pretty cool to see that implemented into the Pixel Watch. But definitely on top of the motion sense, I really would love to see more focus on the health side of things. Pretty much like what Apple has done with their Apple Watch. For it being able to, not only track your, it tracks your heart rate and your pulse rate and things like that. Definitely would want that implemented into the Pixel Watch and done right. Not something that would need to be have more development done over time, but for it to really just work out the gate. I mean, they should be able to do that since they acquired Fitbit. They have the development team to make that possible. And so I'm kind of hoping that that's what we're going to get with the Pixel Watch. I really don't want it to go all too crazy, like Google tends to do a lot with its projects. It always tends to, bring the Googliness into its projects. And while it can with, Project Soli and Motion Sense, that's probably about as far as I would go with the Pixel Watch as far as making it this quirky, crazy Google product. I really wouldn't want them to do anything drastically odd, because one thing that I'd have noticed with the market itself is that people tend to have a turnoff when it comes to Google overthinking a lot of things, and I wouldn't want that for the Pixel Watch, or that could be detrimental to it before it even launches off the ground. We have companies like the Motorola and the Moto 360. We even have like Fossil and several other watch manufacturers that use Wear OS. So I really think that Google should do their homework and kind of pay attention to what they've done and what works for them using Wear OS, and then kind of implement that into the Pixel Watch, which is a solid thing. We do need a Pixel Watch. For those people who said it's not really needed, we actually do need one if you really think about it. I mean, you have Pixel smartphones, you have Pixel 2-in-1 tablets, you have Pixel Buds now. A Pixel Watch is just something that needs to be there. And so for that reason is why I fully back the idea of a Pixel Watch, and I am really hoping that this is something that we do see coming up in the future. So again, big shout out to Google. Please, if you guys do this right. That's all I'm gonna say to that, is just please do this right. We need it done right. That's the key thing there. Even if they decide not to put Project Soli into the Pixel Watch and it does not have motion sense, that's not a deal breaker. Ultimately, the main goal is that Wear OS starts to become a functional operating system for smartwatches. That definitely we need that. I mean, the Moto 360 itself lacks in certain areas. It has not gotten an update, even though the application Wear OS 2.0, my Moto 360 sits at an older version of Wear OS and has not been updated since. So something I definitely feel like that needs to happen. So if you guys want to hear the rest of this podcast, you guys could definitely check it out on your favorite podcast sources. If you guys enjoyed today's video, smash that like button to let me know. If you just subscribed, thanks for doing so. Hit the bell icon to be notified. Would really appreciate that. And again, thanks so much for listening, guys. And as always, aloha.